Good morning, everyone. So, I'm currently in a place where I'm in a small village, okay? And I've lived in small villages before. Specifically, I'm in an Eastern European smaller village. And I'm saying that not to generalize all the countries in Eastern Europe, but because I don't want to tell you which country in Eastern Europe. But just know it's in Eastern Europe. I'm not going to say it's in Eastern Europe. And I found that usually I will make this generalization because it's accurate. Usually the villages in Eastern Europe, you get like one out of two reactions. They either look at you really funny and choose to ignore you as if you're not there, which it serves you sometimes. You can just be left alone. Or they want you to be so involved in their everyday life that you run up out of there. So currently I'm in a place where the latter is looking like it's the reality. Because yesterday there was this guy who we were walking down the road, down the street in this smaller village, and I saw a runner. I just stopped. I didn't say anything to her when because she's obviously going to be faster than me because I like to stroll, as you can see. And so I just stopped to let her by, not thinking anything of it. And she said, thank you in the local language. And I said, you're welcome. And that was it. And I was just like, okay, this is a vibe. It's chill. It's casual. It's actually a Sunday morning. I went to the local playground. I got to sit in there by myself and do some riding. So I was vibing. Then I went back. I got Miana because I wake up pretty early. I got Miana because there's a horse farm nearby and I wanted to show her. Excuse me. So I went and got her. She came out. We walked to the local bus stop because that's where it's popping. It's lit over there, the local bus stop. And then we started on our way. We came back. And as we coming back, we see this guy. We're talking in English. And one of the locals passed by us. And that's because he heard us speaking in English. He goes, oh, hello. We were like, hey, hello. We keep walking, thinking nothing of it. Just everyday vibing. So we see the people staring, but we usually just ignore them and keep it moving. They ignore us, we keep it moving. Because if you're not going to speak, my sister told me once, if you're going to stare, at least speak. But if you're staring, I'm definitely not going to roll over and let you stick your attitude up my bleep bleep because you're a narcissist. So you're not going to speak. I don't have any, need to speak either. I see you're staring. I'm going to move out of your way because I don't like when people stare. So that's a precursor to what's getting ready to happen. So just going to give y'all some beauty while we're talking about this. Them expunging all this negativity. It's silliness, actually. Anyway, so we're getting closer to where we're staying. And we see this guy. The spirit, the attitude, it's just giving, see me now, kiss my toes and my butt cheeks. And I'm just like, and he's sticking out, he's got, himself out, not like that, not the lower regions, but the attitude, the vibe, the aura is very much given that. And I just looked up and he had his, I'll tell you the pose he was in. He had like a gate, and there was a door to the gate. It was open. He's standing into the entryway of his gate where his home is, but he's half in, half out. And he's like protruding out onto the sidewalk where Miana and I would have to pass He has no shirt on, and which is fine because you guys know I'm a nudist. I don't care. It was the attitude. And he had his arm up, leaned up against one side of the entryway. And oh, it's a dead little furry creature there. And he got him half of himself sticking out the other way. And I'm just like, And I tell Leon, I'm just gonna walk in the street because it's a small village. You can walk in the street. And I just kept it moving. We were almost where we needed to be, and he was a neighbor of the place where we're staying. So we go in, we sit down, we're having breakfast with the family and everything. Where we're staying, the house where we're staying, and the mom comes in. And she goes, have you guys ever stayed in a village before? And we're like, yeah, we used to live in a village. We stayed in villages. That's mostly where we stay, is in villages. So she was like, oh, well, I just want to tell you that here, the neighbors, they're really like you to speak to them. I'm like, what are you talking about? Mian and I are like, what are you talking about? We speak to everybody that speaks to. I mean, if they speak to us, if we like their vibe, I mean, we don't have a problem. No one has ever. I'm not understanding. I'm like, what are you talking about? She proceeds to tell us that the neighbor, the protruding neighbor, whose aura I did not like, I wasn't vibing with it. It's my prerogative. If I don't like your energy, it was exuding and emitting off of him as if it was visible to the naked eye. And I did not want to walk past him. That is my right. Okay? You do not own me. I am not your property, honey. So, he tells her that, oh, they walked past me and they didn't say hello, and then they walked around me in the road. ¿Por qué? And what I wanted to know is, because, a sis is working on the pride. I'm like, because this may be pride on my part, I'm like, what the hell did you think was going to happen when you reported us? Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. My daughter is grown. Like, did you think she was going to come in here and make us apologize to your narcissistic self? Like, que hora es, if anyone knows that joke. Que hora es, because you're not making any sense, honey. So I'm like, I said, listen. And when she said it, I didn't even know what she was talking about. She was like, well, the neighbors here, and I'm just like, well, we spoke, that we were walking down the street and we told her about the guy we spoke to. I told her about the runner. And then I'm like, oh my God, the Santa Claus guy? Because that's what he was giving. He was giving Ebenezer Scrooge Santa Claus. And y'all fill in the blanks on that. And so I'm just like, he was protruding onto the street, onto the sidewalk, and I didn't want to walk past him. And that's my right. I don't have to walk past him. And then Miana goes, well, why didn't he speak to us? And I didn't even think about that. And the husband was like, that's actually a valid point. Like, you know what I mean? It's the narcissism. And so I said immediately, oh, because a bee is petty and she's a cunty one. So I said, oh, so you wants the drama. I'm not going to give it, because it's just not worth my time. And I'm out here reflecting. And my auntie is speaking to me. The aunties are speaking and they're saying, itch, let it go. It's so not worth it. But I'm trying to understand why you're reporting people. And we already know the vibes. And y'all know where I'm going with this. Why are you reporting me to the neighbor where I am staying? They don't control me. They don't own me. And me does what me wants. So I'm not understanding your purpose. What was your objective, sir? Like, and so we were laughing and joking with the family where we're staying about it, and they were, dropping the tea about the neighbors, how they always arguing with each other and stuff. And I'm telling her, like, you know what? That's not our vibe. That is so not our vibe. We don't go around. And they were saying that the town, that was a village, the village where we're staying, it's basically changing. I don't know if they would use the word evolving, but let's go with changing. It's changing because the elderly people, they're going to see Jesus. And so people from the bigger in one city in particular, the people are coming, and they're like, all the people from this particular city, they never speak. And I'm like, that's a lie, because the people that I was passing on the street, they were younger, like 30, 40. They were speaking. They were making the morning good. We were vibing. So I'm not understanding, sir. Narcissistic Santa Claus, what's going on? Like, so anywho, we want to expel this silliness. We don't want this silliness in our bodies, in our spirits. And the thing about it is that I told them, I'm like, look, listen, and they were like, I'm like, well, what do you want us to do? Like, I'm not gonna, kiss his booty, and it's just not me. And if he's being a wanker, then he's being a wanker. Like, he needs to be called out on that. And they're like, well, he watches our animals for us when we're not here. He's really mean, but he watches. I'm like, I get it, but like, I cannot kiss his ass. I can't do it. And so I'm just like, if you want us to speak, I will, like, we will proactively, we will initiate it. But that's the best I can do. Like, I can't, be all up in his patootie. And so, look how beautiful it is, guys. And that's why we're letting the silliness go, because we want to enjoy this. We don't want to be boggled down with silliness. And yes, a bee has walked very far, but this time I know where I am. And so I'm just like, yeah, I'll speak to the guy. It's not a thing, but my energy is going to be very much, this is the only hello you're going to get, sir, because I'm doing this for the family. I'm not doing this for you, sir. I'm doing this for the people who are, like, living right. Okay, we're going to do it in the name of the living righters, because you're not living according to your full potential, sir. It's giving very much half-ass life. So because why are you concerned? Why you didn't just say, hey guys, or like, because people have done that to us villagers. They've done that. They've been like, in whatever language they speak, it's nothing. And then we like, hey, because sometimes I'm gonna be all the way 100 with y'all. I'm gonna turn to him. Sometimes I'm not sure of the vibe. Like, I have to get a vibe, and I'm like, should I speak or should I not? And then it depends. If I know the local language, I'll say it, obviously, good morning or something in the local language. I just wasn't vibing with this guy, and I hope I didn't flash y'all. I wasn't vibing with this guy, and I was just like, I don't want to pass by you. Your energy is giving very much no. So anyway, we don't want to talk about him anymore. We want to see the view. But anyway, what I'm saying is that sometimes, being bullheaded as I am, and I that's on my mind, because yesterday we were in a car and they took us to the lake. The father took us to the lake with the babies, and we were just vibing. Everything else in the day was a vibe, like, and I'm just like, why you run? You're just so hateful and like spiteful, sir. You're a very miserable person, sir. Your energy is giving misery. It's giving, what was that girl that broke that guy's legs? Okay, I just heard something. We're gonna keep walking. And what was her? Kathy Bates. What was it? Kathy Bates? Yeah. Breaking people's legs so they will stay with you, sir. That's the energy you're giving, and we don't want any of it. We don't want to be near it. Guys, look, I'm going to show you this. The heat wave is so bad here, and like the lack of water is so bad. This is corn. It's supposed to be fruitful and multiplying, but you see it's dried out. And this is the problem that the farmers are having all over. I'm pretty sure it's all over the world, but all over Eastern Europe. I can speak on that because we've been in different countries this summer in Eastern Europe, praise the universe, and it's really bad, guys. So send a prayer. Whatever belief system you have, send some good energy and some good vibes to farmers all over the world, because this ain't cool, literally. So, yeah. Anywho, this is actually so far so good. You know, we just hoping this place is, you know, good. As I said, I'm not gonna say which country I'm in because I'm just not gonna do it. But it's one of the ones we've been to before. And so that's why I wasn't understanding also, because we've been here, we know the vibes, we know the village vibes, we know the town vibes, we know the different various city vibes because we've been there. So like, whatever, people be doing too much. Get your kids, Jesus, get your kids. So yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go. But about being bullheaded, like a lot of people say that it's arrogance, you know, and pride, and it can be. But the thing I've learned is that once you know something, because this, in my opinion, the key is, for me, is introspection. Yeah. And I know when I'm being a bit of an ass. And I know when it's like, no, this is right for me and I'm not moving, you know? And yesterday, there's nothing anyone could have done to make me walk past that guy. Absolutely nothing. And there was nothing anyone could have done to make me kiss his ass. Still isn't. So, because I know. And then when she came in and told me, well, he argues with the other neighbors, I'm like, then why are you talking to me? Why are you telling me about, I don't care. Like, I didn't care before, and I care about the same now. Like, you've just confirmed it, girl. His aura it's not giving. You're telling me he's arguing with the neighbors. Like, why would I want to talk to somebody like that? Girl, no, I'm not going to be involved in this village telenovela. Like, we're not doing that. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all skadoodle skedaddle. We ain't got time for these scallywags. They doing too much and not enough. So, anyway, let me leave y'all with, ooh, look, I'm going to show y'all the sunflowers too. I just showed you the corn. Let me show you this. And people, can you please stop leaving your trash out in the villages? It's not making sense. Look at the sunflowers. I don't know if y'all can see, but they're very much dried and dehydrated. The water system, the situation, sorry, it's not giving. It's not giving. Look at that, guys. It's so, Mr. and Mrs. Flies, if y'all don't go somewhere, like, look, see them? They shouldn't be looking like this. But it's a really bad heat wave, guys. So send good vibes to all the farmers, yeah? And I'm going to leave y'all with some more. I mean, it's still beautiful, but this is not what they need. They need, you know, water. They need sun, obviously, but they need water. Oh, here you go, guys. Be blessed. Stay blessed. These flies are not cool. And just love yourself, guys. Love yourselves, because you can't love anybody else if you're not loving the one within. Okay. Here you go. The moon is still out. Look. Oh wait, I don't know if you can. Let me zoom back out. There you go. Ooh, I walked so far. Yes. We're gonna get those booty cheeks tight and right. Ciao for now, y'all. Bye. Oops.